Hello, 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 and welcome to 4Movies, where I will be discussing 4 movies that have something in common, but what they have in common is known to me. But do you know? If you do, say it before the video ends. Woo! Ha, ha. Can you hear that echo? La 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 la. Here we go, into 4 movies that have something in common. This might be I don't know. I don't think it's going to be a tricky one. Not all of them are tricky, don't get me wrong. Like, I don't want to sit there and go like, man, this is hard. Oh, only this movie has the same screenwriter as, or it's not like that. It's not super hard, hopefully. But there are certain parts where it's like, gotcha. I would hope. I don't think this is going to be one of those movies, one of those videos, but it might be. Who knows? Anyways, let's get through these movies. There's always hints. Bam! The perfect getaway. Oh, sorry. Not the perfect getaway. This movie is one of those things where it's like, I've seen the premise before, and you're like, okay. But at the same time, there's steel, and you've seen things like this, like the perfect getaway, but the way that this one is told is unique. Mila Jovovich in there, and the couple goes, I think Timothy Oliphant is in this too. I think. I'm not 100% sure on that one, but definitely Mila Jovovich, and a couple basically is on vacation, and then the vacation goes south, like very, very south. What?
Hey y'all, I just wanted to jump in real quick and show you some videos that I have that are Russian versions of, it's like American movies that but are out of Russia. No, bam, Turner and Hooch, the Russian version. Pretty cool. I did not go to Russia to get these. These were when I was out thrifting. Russian Inception. Oh, is this upside down? It is upside down. I'm sorry. It is upside down. Yeah. And The Expendables. Ooh. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. I got some American movies from Asia, from the Philippines, from Indonesia, I think. Those were pretty cool. But I didn't know where this was, so I couldn't show this. Anyways, back to the show.
And that is the true, undoubted meaning of life. But that's not here nor there. So I'm getting off track. Let me go ahead and just get back to the movie. I know how profound that was, but some of y'all need to wake up and realize what it is. But let's get into the next movie. The next movie is, boom, Strange Wilderness. If you haven't seen Strange Wilderness, it's definitely worth a watch if you're into comedies. Justin Long in there. This is the one where Justin Long has the scene where he's sleeping, but he's got eyes tattooed on his eyelids. He's like, yeah, his eyes tattooed on there. Yeah, man. And so, yeah, they're a nature documentary show. They're going out of nature documentary show, and then it's not getting viewed as much as it used to get viewed, and so they're like, what do we do? And he's like, here, we wrote the notes for this episode on a bar napkin. And it's like, what? And then they go out to find Sasquatch, I think. It's been a little bit since I watched it, but yeah, no, this is like one of those goofy movies. This is like, if you like Grandma's Boy, you'll definitely like Strange Wilderness. Like I said, it's essentially Grandma's Boy before Grandma's Boy came out. Because Grandma's Boy, I would say, is a far better film in general, but this is as funny. Like I said, I'm like I said, Grandma. I have a sweet spot for Grandma's Boy because I just think that's pitch perfect, hysterical. But this movie is also funny in its own rights. If you haven't seen it, like I said, Jonah Hill's in there. Everybody, like I said, bunch of people in there. All right, third movie. Boom. The Rundown. Directed by one of my favorite directors because he directed a movie that he actually wrote and directed, a movie that is in my top 5 movies of all time. It actually holds the second place, and the director is Peter Berg. This was one of those movies where it was like essentially The Rock was becoming an action hero, and it has one of the best cameos of the year that this came out, and it's The Rock is at this club, and or Dwayne Johnson, or like he is he's going to this club trying to find these people, and then Arnold Schwarzenegger passes right by him. He's like, good luck, oh, wow, I just made Arnold Schwarzenegger sound Russian. Wow, no, good luck. No, he played Russian in Raw Deal. No, was it Raw Deal? No, he did play a Russian in a movie. It might have been Raw Deal. There's another one that's maybe it wasn't Raw Deal. It was the one with Belushi. Ooh. Why can I? Red Heat, yeah. Red Heat. He played a Russian. But, anyways, Rundown is Dwayne Johnson as... I'm sorry, I can't do a good Arnold right now, because that just sounded horrible. Gulag, no. Dwayne, what are you waiting for? Dwayne, Gulag. But he didn't, I don't know. There is a reason I'm not an impressionist. I won't tell you the answer to that one, but the mystery continues. This movie has Sean William Scott in it, and Rosario Dawson, and I just realized how bad I am at that, because at the beginning and then this. But anyways, the point is, Peter Berg directed this, and just a fun movie. Like I said, Christopher Walken in there. Wait, let me try and do a Christopher Walken. As I said before, you say somebody's fridge. You come into Mr. What's his name in the movie? I can't think of his name. Don't take your kids to the pool. They'll die in the death zone. Anyways, super fun action movie, well played, action comedy, plays phenomenal. Like I said, it just has there's so much goodness in this movie. It's like such a fun watch, and it just plays well. The Rock is not he's not that unbeatable bad guy. He's not that unbeatable. Okay. Anyways. Bam. Doom. And I'm going to go ahead and double down because I already messed it up. This movie and the prior movie both have The Rock in them. I just didn't even care and said the name right off the bat. Even though at the beginning of this video, I almost say the name of what the first two are, for the connection between those first two are. But it's okay. It's cool because I didn't say it. So that mystery is still going to continue as I talk about Doom. The problem with this is that Doom, well, one, I didn't like the cinematography. I guess it's the cinematography or the lighting or something like that. It was just way too dark. It was like not even the dark subject matter. It was just dark and hard to see. And I don't like that. I don't like that cinematography when or the color grading when they do that. I don't like it. The new Firestarter, they made a remake of Firestarter with Zac Efron, and it had that bad color grading. Black Phone has that color grading. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's dark all the time. It can be sunny outside. It still looks dark. And Black Phone, though, was a good story. So I kind of that's why it keeps like on the fence with Black Phone. I don't own Black Phone in my collection. I probably won't go out to see it, and but if it's streaming or something like that, maybe I'll check it out. If I see it available. But like Black Phone, the first Black Phone movie was great story, but like I said, I don't like the way it looked. It takes away from the movie for me. It's too dark, and I don't want to pay attention to it. The new Adventures of Sabrina had that same kind of color grading, and like I had to turn up the brightness on my phone all the way to even see anything. I don't know. Maybe it's just me on that one, but it is what it is. The problem with this, I think, is that this Doom was based on the third game and not on the original game. Because if you don't know, on the original Doom, you cannot beat the game. You cannot beat the game. If there's anybody who's like, man, yeah, I beat original Doom. No, they didn't. Because of the original Doom, at the very end, you're portaled into a room with all the bad guys in it and you just die. That's it. That's the end of the game. It's a super fun game to play because of the fact that you don't have to look up or down. Like my dad had CD-ROM games, and so we played CD-ROM games. Okay, like I have so many people where I'm like, dude, Doom and Quake, they need to make a Quake movie, and then they're like, Quake, what's that? I'm like, what? Quake was awesome. Quake was such an upgrade from Doom, and it just didn't go as far as Doom, or just didn't have the lasting power of Doom, but Quake, I think it was recently inducted into the Video Game Hall of Fame, but it's like, I guess there's only so many people that know about it, but I would love to see a live-action movie of that. But if they made a live-action movie of Doom, and it was based on the first game, and it had that ending on it, that could be potentially the greatest cinematic credit sequence. Like, imagine the end of the movie, and then they're in a room without, like, credits roll as it's just flashes of them killing off an entire action sequence right there, like them killing off bad guys as credits are rolling back and forth, pause and like move and do the Matrix camera move where it's like and they just have like bags of guns with them, and they're just and then the movie ends with it fading to black. You're like, what? If you showed all the credits like that, that'd be so awesome. As well as where it's like the one movie where it's like, no, people don't stay in the movie because of the fact of there might be something at the end of the movie. They stay because the entire credit sequence is entertaining. It's the whole action sequence. I don't know. That could be interesting. Like I said, imagine you have like a 2-hour movie, and like first half of the movie is like an hour and a half, and then you have 30 minutes of just like credits where it's like an action sequence, and each credit is given an importance. I don't know. Like I said, I was always thinking about like if I was to direct a movie, it would be cool at the very end with the credits to have like the movie poster, and then people come around it and just, I don't know, dance or something like that, or just pose or something like that. I don't know. I'll work on it if I ever become a director. Yeah, I am currently making a movie, so we'll see if that's a career launching thing. Because, like I was telling my buddy, like you're making a movie, and I'm making a movie right now, but I'm just like a schmo that works in fast food, who has a YouTube channel. But after I make the movie, it's like the next movie I make, it's not gonna be, hey, it's that schmo that nobody knows. It's the guy that made that other movie. Like. That's the groundbreaking one. It's like, if you ask Bruce Campbell what's his most important movie that he made, it's Evil Dead, because that was the one that he spent so much time, and nobody knew who in the world he was until that movie came out. I don't know if that makes any sense. Hope it does. But anyways, I liked how the story of this, like the characters are contrived. You have such contrived characters in this. It's like, oh, that guy's a sleazeball, blah blah blah. He get killed in the bathroom. Oh, nobody's supposed to call for help. He call for help. And then, oh, this guy's super religious. And oh, this guy's remorsefully religious. He's in there cutting himself and stuff like that. Contrived. But I did like how the fact that this is perhaps the only movie you're going to see The Rock as a villain, I guess. For the most part, because of the fact that they subverted that, where it was like one of those things. Even The Rock's like, this is not supposed to happen to me, and if he would have gone on, I think, a career path where he wasn't as contrived, but like this, I mean, I guess society basically deems what's in and out on that as well, because of the fact it's like Ryan Reynolds plays Ryan Reynolds, and he's Ryan Reynolds in like every single movie. There's very few movies that Ryan Reynolds isn't Ryan Reynolds in that movie, and it's one of those things where it's like, but he's doubling down on what people want. People want the Ryan Reynolds playing Ryan Reynolds in whatever movie Ryan Reynolds is in. Now, Deadpool was a game change, don't get me wrong. He was made for that role, let's say. So that's good. But he is he can be versatile. Like I said, I have movies in here that a lot of people haven't seen, like Chaos Theory and Voices. Anyways, I'm getting way off subject. Thank you so much for watching. If you've watched this far, you're awesome. Stay awesome. I hope I haven't rambled on too far. But you already know what the last two movies have in common. But the first two movies, Perfect Getaway and Strange Wilderness, have in common. I almost said it. If you want to watch the beginning of the video again, I almost said it. I almost felt that up. To the point where I felt up the second one, just like saying it right off the bat. But they both have Steve Zahn in them.